What's poppin', everybody? It's Ono Kage, otherwise known as the King, and what I have for you today is another part 2. What if Naruto and Sasuke were trained by Goku and Vegeta? So, this part is chapter 10, One Lucky Day. So, before we get into this, I do want to give a quick shout out real quick to my man Billy Collins. He is designing my characters for me for my little story I'm doing, Kinetics. So stay tuned for that. We got a lot more information on it. So one thing that he did want for me to do is to shout out the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. What cystic fibrosis is, it's a disorder caused by the cystic fibrosis transmembrane regulatory system. So what it does for the infected people is it gives them pancreatic infections, lung infections, as well as heavy sweats. With that, lung infections are insanely serious diseases. If you ever had or known somebody with a lung infection, you know that it can be very fatal. People with cystic fibrosis have a life expectancy of 30 years. Now, this is a study that I looked at that was dated 5 years ago, so maybe it changed, maybe it increased in that time span. But from what I said, from what I understand, it's a life expectancy of 30 years. It used to be 8 years in the 1900s, I believe, or 1980s, I believe. So now the foundation has done a lot to help. So I was going to give him $150, $50 for each character that he designed for me because I only gave him 3, and I don't have much money, so I was going to do what I can to help him out because it's such a nice thing to do. But he just wanted me to donate this money to this Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. So if you know anybody with cystic fibrosis, I would please ask that you reach out to them, maybe donate to this foundation, or just give this foundation more recognition. So that is, again, the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, and I want to say thank you, Billy Collins, one more time for designing my characters and helping me get what I want on the road. So with that out of the way, I will be shouting them out again at the end of the video, so that is fresh in your minds and that you can continue to think about this. But yeah. So with that being said, let's get right into this new episode. Heart so cold, I think I'm done with ice.
Brr.
Said I leave her, she gon' die. Bitch, you done with life.
Okay.
Got a shorty, called me Patty, and she hella right. Freeze, walk up in the club, I got your chicken tice. Got my ice and my peace, you know I'm walking nice. So we cut into Naruto, Haku, and Jiraiya, setting off as they travel to the first town. Jiraiya asks Naruto and Haku a simple question. Hey, do you kids know about chakra natures? Haku nods his head yes, and Naruto's confused and says no, which Kurama laughs.
You don't even know the basics. No wonder you flunked out.
To which Naruto yells back, "Oh, shut up, Kurama! What do you know?"
Well, I know my chakra nature. Do you?
Naruto growls. He's about to lash out again, but he then notices Haku and Jiraiya staring at him, to which Jiraiya asks, Naruto, who's Kurama? Haku looks concerned as he wonders, is the pressure finally getting to Naruto? But then Naruto calmly responds, "Oh, Kurama, that's the name of the fox. I guess I forgot to tell you." Sorry, Haku and Pervy Kage. Jiraiya is impressed. Naruto did what Kushina and many others couldn't. He gained the trust of the beast. With Naruto as the Jinchuriki, we have truly reached an unfounded land for Konoha. He must truly be the child of prophecy. Jiraiya then clears his throat. Well, disregarding that for the moment, Jiraiya then reaches in his jacket and pulls out 3 sheets of paper and hands one to Haku and the other to Naruto. Haku, you said you understand chakra nature. Could you demonstrate for our poor dense Naruto over here? Naruto is frustrated, but he turns to Haku as he pours his chakra into the paper. The paper splits in 2 and then becomes soggy. Jiraiya smiles. Oh, wind and water chakra nature. That's very rare, Haku. Haku smiles. Thank you, Lord Jiraiya. Naruto's confused, but what does that prove, Pervy Kage? Jiraiya grunts and so does the fox. Naruto, it shows what jutsu you have an affinity for. Haku can use wind and water style jutsu. Haku looks towards Naruto and begins to explain. So, Naruto, you know I'm good at water style, but my ice style is a combination of my wind and water. Though I don't know many wind style jutsu. All I know is the futon severing blade, I believe. Haku demonstrates
by forming his hand into a knife and slicing into a tree, leaving a deep gash in the bark. Naruto is excited as he looks to his piece of paper and begins to pour chakra into it. The paper splits in two. Then Kurama wants to get into the action and adds a small portion of his chakra, making the split paper burn and crumble to ash. And Naruto smiles. Yeah, I did it! Jiraiya smiles as well, as he takes out 3 balloons. So, Naruto's wind and fire. You're both wind, so this might be a little bit easier. I don't know many wind-style jutsu, but I picked up one from my students back in the Rain Village. Jiraiya then turns toward the trees. Now pay close attention. This is an A-ring jutsu. He begins to form the seals for the air bullet jutsu. The ox, tiger, rabbit, and bird. As he casts a jutsu, he spits out a bullet of air that cuts through 4 trees and heavily dents the 5th one. Haku and Naruto's jaw dropped. Meanwhile, back in the village, Sasuke has an uneasy feeling. As he goes to meet Kakashi for a snack before they go training, they stop by the ramen shop, where Sasuke and Kakashi both sense a familiar energy that stops them in their tracks, an energy that they know all too well. But Sasuke breaks the silence. That energy. It's the Sharingan. Sasuke's eyes fill with rage as he activates his Sharingan. Seeing this, Kakashi stops Sasuke. Calm down, Sasuke. Think rationally. If it really is him, we have to draw him out of the village. So keep yourself in check. Sasuke grumbles, but he drops his Sharingan and tells Kakashi, I probably don't need to tell you this, Sensei, but don't look in his eyes. They walk into the shop, and they see 2 men clad in robes with blood-red clouds eavesdropping on other patrons in the shop. Kakashi is about to approach the 2, but at that moment, Kurenai and Asuma stop by and blurt out his name, ruining their approach. The 2 men turn around as Sasuke sees the same eyes that murdered his family, and he loses it. He activates a Sharingan and rushes at Itachi, grabbing him and flying through the roof of the building. Itachi turns into crows and disappears, but Sasuke has a lock on his energy, and he's in quick pursuit. Ichiraku looks at Kakashi, who sheepishly says, I'll pay for that, I promise. He then looks at Kurenai and Asuma. Let's move. I know where they're at. They rush off, and Kisame is in hot pursuit of the 3. Sasuke has finally cornered Itachi, and Itachi speaks up. Foolish little brother. I spared your life before out of pity. I never thought you would gain such strength. But it's still not enough to reach me. Itachi, you have no clue how long I waited for this day. And you have no clue the depths of my power. Sasuke then immediately yells, Scorch style! Heaven's blaze of glory! Burning everything. Itachi's surprised. No way a Genin should have this power, not even if it's Sasuke. Itachi leaps over the flames, but Sasuke isn't done. Right on! Dragon Claw! Sasuke's coming too fast, he can't dodge. Itachi's eyes evolve into the Mangekyo Sharingan and Sasuke's thrown away. His right arm is severely damaged. Sasuke looks back at Itachi, who has a skeletal right arm that holds the Yata mirror. Sasuke's lost for words, but he stands with no fear in his eyes. Only bloodlust remains. His injuries don't matter. Itachi stands with a concerned face, but he attempts to mask it with indifference, putting away the arms of the Susanoo. Sasuke, I'm surprised. You still want the smoke. I guess I'm gonna have to run your fade. All right, no. Nobody's ready for Hood Itachi. All right, let's get back into real thing. Let's get back into what Itachi really said. Sasuke, now you see the true power of the Sharingan, the Susanoo. The power you can only get by killing those important to you. Do you understand how outmatched you are, Sasuke? Sasuke scowls. Oh no, big brother. I understand completely. Is that why you killed mother, father, and Shusui? For power? And now that you have that power, what of it? You have nothing else. You have no one else. Sasuke smiles, revealing he had hit a clone behind Itachi that has the Chidori. Itachi quickly slashes at the clone, destroying it, but it was a lightning clone. Itachi's paralyzed, and he falls to one knee. Sasuke runs over to Itachi with Chidori in hand, but he wasn't quick enough. Itachi grabs Sasuke's arm and throws him into a tree, but Sasuke catches himself and begins to fly towards Itachi, and he pierces Itachi right through the chest. Itachi coughs up blood. You really have gotten stronger, Sasuke, but it's still not enough. At that moment, Itachi breaks out into a murder of crows, each armed with a Mangekyo Sharingan. Sasuke makes the mistake of looking at the crow's eyes while searching for Itachi and gets caught in the Tsukuyomi. Sasuke finds himself trapped to a cross by Itachi. You can escape. Just give up, Sasuke. Sasuke yells, I can't and I won't. Not till you're dead, Itachi. Itachi stares into Sasuke's eyes, but he closes them. Itachi then begins to pry Sasuke's eyes open to cast another genjutsu on top of the Tsukuyomi. Tell me where you learned this power, Sasuke. This flight, your unnatural strength. Who taught you? Sasuke reluctantly responds, being forced by Itachi's Sharingan. Vegeta showed me the power of energy and ki. I've used it to enhance my natural ability. Itachi is curious. I don't much care for who this Vegeta is. But tell me, little brother, how does ki work? Sasuke forces a strained smile. For that, big brother, you're gonna have to kill me. Itachi's shocked. How did you break free of that genjutsu, Sasuke? Sasuke's body begins to emit a blue aura that radiates heat. That heat makes Itachi sweat. The aura begins to spark and crackle with electricity as Sasuke yells. You may be able to separate my mind from my body with your jutsu, but I can always tether myself to the natural energy in the world around me. He forces his arms forward, breaking the cross and shattering the illusion of the Tsukuyomi. Itachi can't help but to be a little proud. I guess holding back on you isn't an option anymore, huh, Sasuke? Sasuke smiles. This power he's feeling, it's incredible. But his smile quickly turns to anger. Itachi, before I kill you, I will never kill my best friend. And because of that idiot, I'll ask you one question. Why? I know power. I've seen power you can only dream of, Itachi. Power to challenge gods. And that power didn't come from bloody shortcuts, nor has power ever meant that much to you. So why? Why did you kill them? Why did you just snap? Itachi is lost for words. His brother was supposed to hate him, but he can't tell Sasuke the truth. If he does, he knows his brother in this fragile emotional state would desert and turn on Konoha. But he knows Sasuke won't stop searching for an answer until he dies, or I do. And I can't die yet, until I pick apart the Akatsuki. But as he thinks this, he sees Kakashi using much the same power as Sasuke, and overwhelming Kisame. He then sighs, giving Sasuke a smile, making him frustrated about how much he looks like the old Itachi. Itachi then yells, Kisame, our target isn't here. We need to retreat. Kisame smiles. You fools got lucky today. Great exploding water colliding wave. This jutsu spews out a massive amount of water, covering the entire area with crushing waves. In the destruction, Itachi tells Sasuke, beware the shadow of the leaf, Sasuke. Sasuke begins to chase after Itachi, but he's stopped by Kakashi. Sensei, what are you doing? I can still sense him. I can kill him. He's right here. Finally, I can't miss this opportunity. Let me go. Sasuke calls forth his aura again, pushing Kakashi back and rushing after Itachi. At that moment, Orochimaru's snake wakes up and bites Sasuke in the neck, turning his blue aura purple, and he's beginning to go faster. He catches up to Itachi, who sees the curse mark spreading. He thinks to himself, Orochimaru's after Sasuke now? What? When did this happen? As he thinks this, Sasuke does his scorched style, wicked breath of the dragon, sending a wild, uncontrolled fire from his mouth, burning down acres of the forest. But Kisame casts a small water prison to protect himself and Itachi. Sasuke yells, "I found you." He then begins to form the Gallic gun. He then yells, "Right on, lightning flash!" But this time, it's a huge beam of energy that eclipses the sun. Seeing this, Itachi makes half-body Susanoo and blocks the beam. But the curse begins to overwhelm Sasuke. He's in immense pain. He begins to fall from the sky as Itachi panics. At that height, if he falls, he dies. Itachi throws a shuriken that traps Sasuke to a tree. He then walks up to Sasuke and slips a note behind his headband. At that moment, Vegeta, who was watching everything, begins to fly down slowly. "If you're planning to kill him, you won't get far." Itachi looks at the man. "You're the Vegeta Sasuke was talking about, I presume." Vegeta smiles. "That's correct," as he responds. At that moment, Vegeta is attacked by Kisame, who hits him directly with his blade Samahara, which does less than nothing as Vegeta smiles wider. "You know, I'm actually a little embarrassed any student of mine would struggle with you." Kisame smiles. "You've got some backbone." Vegeta stares at the man, his smile unwavering. "Can I take that as a challenge?" Kisame stares back. "I suppose you can, short stuff." The second those words leave Kisame's lips, Vegeta gives him a light jab in the gut to test him. Kisame can already barely stand, and Vegeta is annoyed. "What is this?" "Pathetic. I'm really gonna need to whip this runt into shape." Itachi is watching silently. He's slightly afraid to move. He took the full force of Kisame's attack without a budge, and with one hit, with no effort, put Kisame down. Kisame begins to laugh. "Caught me off guard with that one." "Off guard, you say? Then by all means, prepare yourself. You challenged me, remember?" Kisame then unravels Samehada and begins to rush Vegeta with a flurry of savage attacks that continue to do nothing. It's like an ant attacking a lion. Vegeta grabs the blade and rips it from his arms and drops it on the ground. He then punches Kisame in the face, burying his head in the ground. Vegeta is getting irritated. "You're really starting to annoy me, Fishman." Samehada rushes back to Kisame's hand and fuses with him. Kisame then begins to let out a mad laugh. "You know, they call me the tailless-tailed beast." Vegeta looks uninterested. "Is that supposed to mean something to me? If you have something up your sleeve, then just use it already." Kisame laughs. "Don't blame me if the kid dies, Itachi." Great exploding water colliding wave, creating another giant mass of water, but Vegeta just stands bored, staring at Kisame, who makes a giant water prison, trapping him and Vegeta inside, while Itachi protects the unconscious Sasuke. Vegeta notices this, and Kisame begins to laugh. "How do you like that, short stuff? Now I'm at my best. You can't beat me. So either I rip you to shreds or you drown." Vegeta just stares uninterested. Kisame rushes, and to Vegeta's interest, the gnat has gotten a little faster. As he rushes, Vegeta wants to showboat a little, so he begins to charge his energy, making the water prison bubble before it violently explodes, sending water everywhere as he laughs. "I must say, I'm impressed, Fishman. You went from a guppy to a bass, but don't tell me you really thought you had a chance." Vegeta walks up to Kisame, charging a blast. Kisame looks up and feels something he hasn't felt for a while. Fear. Genuine fear. But Vegeta stops himself and begins to think. Wait a second. If I kill him, do I get sent back? Better to just knock him unconscious. Vegeta then picks up Kisame by his neck and says, "Next time you attack this place or my students, remember this pain." Vegeta then delivers a punch to Kisame's stomach that makes him cough up blood and knocks him unconscious. Vegeta then throws his limp body at Itachi. "Take your friend and leave." Itachi nods, but not before saying, "You're not a part of the leaf, are you?" Vegeta says no. Itachi continues, "I can't divulge much to you, but I hear there's a new Hokage. Warn him, please. Tell him to investigate Danzo. and tell him I'm doing what I can from the outside of the village, investigating the Akatsuki. This is a hush order, so no one can know but the Akage. Vegeta nods. Itachi says thank you, and then leaves in a murder of crows. Vegeta looks and reluctantly thinks to himself that was pretty cool. Now, back to Naruto, Haku, and Jiraiya, who's explaining their training. Now, I can do the air bullet jutsu, but it's not really my specialty. I speak with earth and fire mostly. But the first step to master this jutsu is being able to blow into that balloon and make it explode in less than a second from inflation. They nod and attempt it, but they just blow the balloon up like normal. Jiraiya stops them. You fools. It's not just blowing air. Take a deep breath, and as you gather your air, you must add chakra to increase the force as you blow it all out at once. If it doesn't pop in the instant, just release your breath and do it again. They continue to walk, and eventually they reach the first village. Haku figured it out and is on to the second step, but Naruto is still struggling. He stays in the woods to train while Haku and Jiraiya go into the village to investigate the news on Tsunade's whereabouts. Naruto is training, but he's low on chakra. Hey, Kurama. How about a little help here? I'm pretty close to empty.
Do it yourself. Besides, if I help, you're likely to breathe fire.
Naruto groans. Wait, was that the reason that the paper burned? Kurama lets out a chuckle.
Yup. I wanted you to feel special, like the little snowflake you are, Naruto.
Lay off, Kurama. If you won't give me chakra, then give me tips. Kurama scoffs.
Fine. You inept fool. When I used to fight Shikaku and Chome, they would do some action, if I can remember right, to help the air go faster. Shikaku would slap on his stomach. Chome would do a flip or something.
Naruto thinks about this. He then takes in a deep breath of air and chakra at the same time and presses down on his stomach as he exhales, and the balloon busts open. I did it! Then he rushes after Haku and Jiraiya. That's when Jiraiya tells him that they have a lead, that Tsunade was last seen in Tanzaku Town. They set off and begin the next stage of their training. Now boys, I want you to gather power the same way that you did before, but this time, use your chakra to thin your breath as well as giving you the power, so that you spit out a sharp stream of consistent air that pokes a hole straight through the balloon. Naruto and Haku get ready. Halfway through the journey, they figure this out, and they're ready for the next step, but Jiraiya says that this last step is the most difficult. Alright, we're close. But we're also short on time. So you need to pay close attention because I'm not repeating myself. Take both steps you've learned such far. The power and the sharpness of the air to increase the density of the jutsu. To cleanly blow off the cap side of the balloon. At that moment, Orochimaru and Kabuto meet up with Tsunade and Shizune. And they've come to make an offer. But Kabuto has to speak for Orochimaru, who looks like he could faint at any moment. Lord Orochimaru has a proposition for you. Tsunade frowns as he looks at Orochimaru. Orochimaru, what mess have you gotten yourself into this time? Orochimaru smiles through the pain, and Kabuto speaks through a sadistic grin. What mess, Lady Tsunade? All my lord has done was kill the third Hokage. Tsunade and Shizune are shocked. They don't believe what they just heard. Shizune rushes them, but she's easily brushed away by Kabuto with his ki training. Tsunade then yells, You kill the Hokage, and you expect anything from me? You're lucky I don't kill you where you stand, Orochimaru. Kabuto again speaks up. Lady Tsunade, I'm sorry for the violence, but Lord Orochimaru is not here to fight. He wants to be healed. And in return, Orochimaru coughs up blood in that instant, making Tsunade tremble. Orochimaru is taking advantage of her hemophobia to calm her down as he speaks through a hushed and pained voice. He can't be interrupted. In return, I'll bring back the lives of those you let die. Tsunade. Kabuto speaks up again. Yes, that's correct. But for the ritual to be complete, you need 2 sacrifices. How you get them is up to you. And we don't expect your answer today. You have 1 week, Tsunade. Please, don't disappoint us. We'll meet in this spot again. The two snakes leave Tsunade to tend to Shuzene's wounds. They go back to a bar and talk. As Jiraiya, Haku, and Naruto enter the town, after a few hours of searching, they get hungry. They stop by a bar and grill, to which Naruto yells, "Yo, Pervy Kage, what are you doing? Me and Haku were underage." Jiraiya tells Naruto to shut up. The bar is a perfect place for a ninja to gain information. Just get a snack and let me work. They walk in and immediately see Tsunade having a drink. Jiraiya wants to flip a fucking table. Why wasn't a bar the first place he checked? They walk over and sit down. Jiraiya orders food for the kids and sits down. Tsunade pulls out a deck of cards and asks why they're here. Jiraiya responds, "I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I'm pretty sure you know the village was attacked. Many died and many more were injured, some severely. We need you back in the village, and that's an order from the village elders and the current Hokage." Tsunade puts down 3 cards and picks up 2 as she responds. "The current Hokage, huh? So the new fool watched all the others die and still wanted the job." Hearing this, Naruto jets up from his seat. He's held back by Haku and Jiraiya. Naruto yells, "Let me go! I don't care who she is. I will not let her disrespect the previous Kage or my sensei." Tsunade's eyes open up as she stares at Jiraiya. "They're your students, right, Jiraiya? So you're the new Hokage?" Jiraiya nods confidently. "This one, close to me, is Haku Yuki, and the other one's Naruto Uzumaki." As he's introduced, Naruto just stares at Tsunade, giving her the evil eye. Haku's extremely concerned. It's rare to see Naruto this mad. Tsunade thinks to herself, "So, this is the Nine Tails, huh? He has a good build for a kid his age." But she speaks up. "Sorry, you snot-nosed little brat, but I said what I said. I ain't got no more love for the Kage. They're fools who die young, just like the fourth. And Jiraiya, you of all people should know that. Why would you take this job? All you're gonna end up doing is dying sooner rather than later, leaving these two on their own." Naruto stops yelling. He speaks in a calm roar. "I'm done listening to her make a mockery of the Hokage. I'm gonna wipe that smug grin right off her face." Kurama smiles.
I'm really liking all this violence right now.
Tsunade stands up to meet the boy gaze. "Oh, is that a challenge, boy? Then let's take this outside." Naruto simply stares back. "Gladly." Jiraiya gets up and walks over to Tsunade and places a hand on her shoulder and whispers to her, "You might want to think twice about this. Naruto doesn't just look like Minato. The apple didn't fall far from the tree. With that one, this might just be another bad gamble." She scoffs and walks past Jiraiya. The two stand against each other outside as Tsunade yells, "Why are you so touchy about the Hokage?" Naruto tightens his headband. "Because unlike you, that's my dream. I will become the Hokage, and I'm not dying till I bring peace to the ninja world." And for a second, Tsunade sees her fallen love and dead brother in the shadow of Naruto. But at that instant, Naruto sees her opening and rushes her. She swings her fist to meet his. The forces cancel each other out, and they continue to throw blows at each other. Each shockwave begins to rumble the windows, but Tsunade kicks Naruto in the air. He summons a shadow clone, and they form a Rasengan as he falls back down. She moves to dodge, but Naruto places 2 fingers on her forehead and instant transmissions in front of Tsunade. She can't dodge or reflect it, so she turns her chakra into electricity and chops Naruto in the back of the neck to temporarily shut down his nervous system and weaken the Rasengan. She gets hit and is forced back into a nearby wall. Naruto is on the ground and she begins to heal herself. But thanks to Kurama, Naruto is up and quickly realizes he can't get close unless she's off guard. So he begins to form the hand seals for the air bullet jutsu. Seeing this, Tsunade pulls up a chunk of the earth and Naruto shoots his air bullet at it. It isn't complete, so it just merely dents the earth that she pulled up. shattering, but it's not shattering. Tsunade is over top of him, but he yells, "Futon, chakra burst," pushing her away. Shizune and Jiraiya call the match. Naruto walks up to Tsunade and offers her a hand, and Tsunade is stunned. I was just your enemy, and you helped me? Naruto smiles. Nothing you could say or do would make me question my dreams. But as we fought, Kurama helped me see that you're hurting. Kurama scoffs.
Don't you dare blame your sensitivity and weakness on me.
Naruto laughs, and Tsunade smiles. I think I'm beginning to see what Jiraiya, I mean, the new Hokage over there meant. She walks up to him. So, Lord Fifth, I'm ready to hear you out. End of chapter 10.
All right. You made it through another part. That was chapter 10. One lucky day. It's a reference to Tsunade and Sasuke because, they just met. They just had two of the most luckiest experiences of their lives. One met their mortal enemy and the other one met long-lost friends and a new, little brother or surrogate son, basically. All right. Their relationship is different, weird, but it's nice. It's cute. So, other than that, I do want to shout out the Billy Collins and the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Again, I'm going to have information pop up on the screen, and if you want to know more, there will be information down in the description. Please, if you don't have any money to donate, or if you can, just share it on Twitter, Instagram, whatever you have, social media wise. That can just bring the foundation more renown and attention, because again, it's a serious disorder that goes to people. Anything that shortens people's lives is terrifying. I think people deserve to be happy, and people deserve to live long, happy lives where they can grow old, get mad, be pissed, and just have the chance to experience all the things that they want to experience in life. I always try to help whenever I can. So Billy Collins giving me this opportunity is always just a genuine plus. And for him, I want to say thank you again for designing my characters. I can't wait to see what you do and what they look like. I'm happy to have you. And just to give a little more information on kinetics, it's a story where pretty much everybody has a kinesis power called an attribute. Like fire, earth, water, lightning, wind. I think that's all of them. I don't know. Maybe there's more. You're going to get more details on it. The second those characters are done, I gave them 3 to design, 3 of my favorite characters, the main character, the little brother, and the adopted brother. Really deep people. I spent a lot of time designing their character traits and stuff like that. Other than that, let's get into the commenter callouts, because that's always fun. I love giving recognition when I can. Y'all guys are awesome, and I want to pay as much attention to y'all as possible. So, give me 1 second. So, the first commenter I want to call out is David Hernandez, who has, basically when I'm done with part 1 Naruto, if I do like another what if, or just basically anything else that, doesn't involve the what ifs, like, I was thinking reviews or just talking about different characters in Naruto, because I do got like this digest for Sakura, because people hate her a lot, and not saying that she don't deserve it. It's Kishimoto didn't know how to write female characters for whatever reason. He's a good guy, but I don't know, not as strong suit, So honestly, I was thinking like that would be pretty fun to do, just something else, and I could put more content on the channel because the video doesn't have to be long. It could be like a 5-minute video based on how interesting the concept or idea is, and that could be on the side of the what if, so I don't gotta heavily script out or stuff like that, because I don't know, I'm pretty good at talking about things with like little short notes and stuff. So second commenter I want to call out is B5G Joshua. I don't know how to say his last name, or the last part of it. Will Naruto and Sasuke go into the chamber before shipping in? If I go that far with the story. I am going that far with the story. Actually, I do have something planned for Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and Hinata and Haku during that little 2 years time skip that happened to Shippuden. I have a really cool idea for them, and I have like a real cool name for them that's going to go on.
And I think it's gonna be super interesting, and I'm gonna do what I can to make that really streamlined. But to answer the first part of your question, I don't know if I'm putting them in the chamber or not. I have an idea because I know during that 2-year time skip, I'm going to do like a little prologue thing with Goku and Vegeta when they go back to their world and fight Moro. It's gonna be like a little side what if. It's not gonna be a major part of this. It's just gonna be like, what if Goku and Vegeta took what they learned back to their world for their big fight with Moro that's happening right now in the manga. Other than that, I don't want to say I don't know if they're going to the chamber. That's basically it. If they do, if they do, they can only be there for like, I forgot the time differential was, but I'm pretty sure it was like a really drastic one. Like a month there, like a year there is only like 5, or is only like an hour back there in their world. They can only be there for like a damn day. Because the drastic skip of time would make them gone from the Naruto verse for like if they're there for more than like 3 days, it'd be a 5-year difference, which pretty much everyone at Naruto verse will be dead because Bunny Mom comes there and destroys everything and puts everyone in the Tree of Might with Madara and stuff. Well, then again, no, because Naruto's not there. They won't have the 9 tails. So maybe I might do it. It's a thing I gotta think about now. Now I want to do one more call out, and that last one is for Jordan Wilson. If possible, can I make collabs with Dr. Kahu, Anime Sage, Rogue X, and Masako X for inputs on my future What If videos? Bro, abso-fucking-lutely. I gotta beep that out. But yeah, absolutely. I watch all of them. I don't watch Masako X as much anymore, but I definitely do watch Dr. Kahu every now and again. I definitely put his videos on in my car when I'm driving to work or when I'm coming back home or walking my dog. Like his are like long and just easy to listen to when you're chilling. Since he doesn't do much editing, I don't really care to watch the video. His is basically just podcast to me. Anime Sage X, Anime Sage. Oh yeah, nah, him. I don't listen to him as much, but I definitely do. I was really into his What If Naruto Went Back in Time one. That one was really cool. And Rogue X, him I listen to too. I love the Bower. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, if I could make collabs with them, absolutely. I definitely will reach out. I'm pretty sure I would need like a few more subscribers before they even take the time to respond to me because they're so much bigger than I am right now. Other than that, I do want to say again, I think that's the end of the comment call outs. I do want to shout out, my other stuff that I'm doing. Music. I do music. If you like hip hop, stories, poetry, please come down to King Code. That is KING K.O.L.D. It's weird, but it's an acronym. It stands for Kings Outlive Demons. Yeah, Kings Outlive Demons. I might just change it just to Code because the King in front of it is redundant. So yeah, go to King Code. Look that up on YouTube. Be a link in the description for it. I've been posting a lot of stuff. Also, got the Instagram popping now. I am posting like when What If stories are going to be dropping. I'm also posting like snippets and little music videos that I'm doing for my songs and stuff. I also am working on a music video right now. It's eating a bit of time, but I just need a steady camera at this point. My camera that I was using just died on me, so that was sad. Other than that, shoot, I don't think I got much else to say. If you like music, check my music channel out. If you like this What Ifs, please stay here and enjoy. I'm keeping them coming. The next one's gonna be sooner than this one. It's work picked up. I had to work 6 days this week, and I do 10 to 12 hour shifts at work, and I work 6 to 6 usually. So that's 12 hours right there. So yeah, I just been preoccupied with work and just dead ass tired, to be honest. Like I just been sleepy, and my dog's in heat now too. Like I'm making excuses at this point, but yeah, I just been busy with work. Honestly, that's it. I don't want to come up with too many excuses and make up a sob story. So with that being said, I won't forget the outro this time. Watch the King. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Watch the King. Oh no, Kage.
out.
Shout out Young Swish.